All right, how are you, Sparta Nation? How are you doing today, this afternoon? It is a little afternoon. Zoom was having a little bit of trouble connecting with Facebook. We noticed it last night with the Slay Squad call, and then Ruth Strauner was having some trouble getting her Zoom into Facebook for the Coach Basics, the new coach workshop that we were running. So it took me a little bit too. I'm not sure what's happening with Zoom, but apologies for the delay. I am here. We're going to keep it on target as much as I can. And I'm going to go over some of the stuff that I went over yesterday, as well as some new stuff. So if you will, in your comments below, and I know there's a smidge of a delay, but that's okay. I'm just going to watch me and not look at the comments right now. I'll look at the comments on my phone. But if you will, in the comments below, please tag your teammates and let them know that we are live. So tag your teammates below. Make sure that you post in any kind of thread that you're in. Let people know that I am live. We've got some information to go over. And then this, of course, will live in the Sparta Nation Facebook group from now until the end of time. But the beauty of it being live is that I get to show you my screen, and I get to show you some calendars. I get to show you some dates. We get to go over some stuff. And while you can't put the comments in the chat right here on Zoom, you can put them in the Facebook group, and I can keep that open to a degree and kind of let you know if I can. So you know what, it's just a give and take. For me to be able to share my screen, I need to be Zooming. I don't get to answer your questions necessarily in real time, but I can check and I can answer them in semi-real time. And there is a little bit of delay, but it's all good. It's all technology. We're all working it out. So we're going to start with going over some of the calendars that we went over yesterday, an October and a November calendar. These are marketing calendars designed specifically to help you know what the heck you're talking about. Let's see. Let me close out, y'all. I got a lot of tabs open, don't I? Let me close this out. We'll get to all this in a little bit. We'll get to this in a little bit. That's Diamonds to Disney. We'll get there in a minute. Okay. So let me move this up here. Let me move this down here. Cool, cool, cool. Now I am going to take a second, pop over to Facebook on my phone, and make sure that you can see this, okay? So if you can see my screen and it says October right now, please do something in the comments so that when I pop over there, I can see it. Can you see my screen that says October? And yes, we did go over this yesterday, but we're going to go over it again today, October and November. So let me know if you can see this, yes or no. Let me know in the comments, please. Awesome. Thank you, Susan Hiddle, for being on it and responding. You can see this. Excellent. Very good. So this is our October marketing calendar. And as you can tell up here in the top, also, are you able to see my cursor? Yes or no in the comments? Can you see my cursor when I'm moving around? So if I use it to point, you can tell where I'm pointing. Yes or no? Susan, you're saying you can see my cursor? If you can, that's awesome, because then you can tell exactly where I'm pointing. So right here in the corner on the left-hand side is the Diamonds to Disney graphic, which we're going to go over in just a little bit in more detail. Again, it applies to every coach on this team, not just my coaches, but you will see this Diamonds to Disney graphic now on every calendar. It's got to be top of mind. And when I post it in the team page and I put it in the files, I want you printing it off. I want you posting it up. I want you using it as leverage. This is like a launch. Treat it like a product or a program launch for your business, launching into 2021, setting yourself up for incredible momentum in 2021. This is an October marketing calendar. So of course, last week we had virtual leadership. Yesterday, we launched 30-day breakaway for the customers. Last night, we had an amazing Slay Squad call with Nikki Whiting going over some of the information that was covered in leadership. This Saturday, we have Turbo Saturday. Registration just went open for that. So you'll get that link Thursday or Friday whenever I post it in the team page. Slay Squad call, of course, next Monday. So those are like events that are happening within our team. But what I want you to use this calendar as is also a marketing calendar, because we don't just talk about what's happening on the day that it happens. Here's an example. Let's use Starbucks, shall we? We use it so often. Let's use Starbucks. When Starbucks gets ready to launch pumpkin spice latte, do you know previous to them launching that they're launching it? Or do they just show up on the day that it launches and be like, all right, here we are? Or do you know that it's coming? They're telling you that pumpkin spice latte is getting ready to launch whatever their launch date is, like a movie premiere. You're seeing movie premieres for a couple months long before the movie actually drops into theaters or on streaming or wherever it might be. Think of it the same in your business. If we are getting ready to launch something, we're talking about it long before the actual day of the launch. So you can see the red bar at the bottom of the screen in the last week of October. So let me tell you what I'm doing there. And again, this is something that you can tap into should you choose to do so. But what I want you to do is understand that this is how I'm marketing and I'm thinking ahead. So whether you choose to use my verbiage or something else, it's what works for you and your business. But the idea is that you've got to be marketing. You have to be planning and preparing if you want to have success in this business and any business. When I taught high school, I didn't just show up in my classroom and roll the dice and go, all right, let's see what you guys want to do today. No, it was an entire 9 weeks of lesson plans so that I knew exactly where we were going. I knew the destination and how we were getting there for the entire quarter. Our business is no different. So this last week of October, I'm going to start talking about, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Probably not for you, just for me, my poor little sad eyes that can't see very much. I can't see it all. So this last week of October, this is what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about this idea of keep it simple 60. And I'll go into that in just a little bit more in just a bit. But on Monday, November 2nd, there's 60 days left in 2020. So my group is not changing. On BOD, I have 2 groups running right now. I really only have 1 group running. I really do. I just have 1 group. I made a group for Breaking Away, but I don't do anything in that group. This is my group, Project 100. That's my group. This will be my group until December 31st. I'm only running 1 group. That's it. I'm just running 1 group. So the idea of keep it simple 60 is just simply verbiage for me to talk to my customers, my potential customers on social media about the idea that there are only 60 days left in 2020. And I want to help them keep it simple. I don't want to add something to someone's plate. I want to help them keep it simple. I want them to thrive during the holiday season, especially now, not just survive. And with 60 days left in 2020, we're not going to wait till January 1st. So I'm going to talk to them about keeping it simple 60. And that's just verbiage that I'm using to bring them into my Project 100 group, where I will then connect them with whatever program works for them, whether it's Bar Blend, 30-day breakaway, an Autumn Calabrese program, a Shaun T pro, whatever it might be. I'm going to connect them with the program that works for them. And they're going to come into that group, start dialing into the Project 100 habits. And the verbiage that I will just use is keep it simple 60. Just to emphasize there's only 60 days left in this year. And then I'll be talking about Project 100, of course, and the idea of just simple habits done consecutively over lots of days are what add up really big. It's not these giant overhauls. We're not waiting until January 1st to completely overhaul our life. There's just a set of simple habits done every single day. And then I also will be talking about Peppermint Mocha that launches on November 2nd as well. So that's what I will be talking about that last week. Now, notice I'm talking about it this entire week in preparation for what will launch on Monday the 2nd. I'm not starting to talk about it on Monday the 2nd. I'm also not talking about Peppermint Mocha too much right now. You know, I'm not giving them that information right now. I'm going to give it to them next week. I'm going to start talking about it next week when it's a little bit more timely. I want to make sure I'm cognizant that we all have a lot of stuff in our heads right now. And if I start talking about Peppermint Mocha on October 5th, when it's not launching till November 2nd, Nobody's going to remember that. So that's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting until this last week of October. I'll be talking about Keep It Simple 60, bringing people into my Project 100 group and talking about the launch of Peppermint Mocha on Monday, November 2nd. That is your calendar for October. Okay. So that gives you an idea of what I'll be talking about. Plug into any, all, none, whatever of that works for you. Now let's talk about November. Okay, hang on. November has a little bit more going on in it. November has more going on in it. So let's go to this. Okay. Let me make it a little bit bigger. And are we good with that? Can we see the November calendar now? I'll give you a minute because I know there's a delay. Let me know when you can see the November calendar. Oh, it looks like it's popped up now. So you can see November now. Okay, so at the top, you can see here the Diamonds to Disney graphic. Again, we're going to go over that in just a little bit, but that's going to stay at the top of all these calendars because I want it top of mind. We are working towards one goal as a team. We are launching this product, this trip to Disneyland. We're launching it as a team. And the more of us that get on board with that, the more momentum we will create because rising tides lift all ships. Momentum for one is momentum for all. So get on board with it. It's exactly like how we get behind a launch of a product or a program. You're going to get behind the launch of this trip to Disney and you're going to use it as an incredible incentive for you and for your team and to build your business in 2021. That starts now. That starts now in 2020. So when we hit November in just 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, on November 2nd, Monday, we will have the launch of Peppermint Mocha. We will have, what I'm calling the Keep It Simple 60. And that means there's 60 days left in 2020. And I'll just be talking about that and talking about that. And then I've got voting on here on November 3rd because y'all need to be doing that. I'm actually voting tomorrow, I think. So everybody needs to be voting. And then on Saturday, November 7th, we've got Super Saturday. So more details about that will come out as we get closer to that, but now. So there's nothing that you can say, well, I just didn't know, so I couldn't go. Yes, you do. You know what's happening because we know what's happening. My gosh, I feel like we know what's happening practically through March. I mean, we don't know the date of Super Saturday at the beginning of 2021, but we know there's going to be one. So we can't say, oh, I just didn't know. Yes, we do. We know that there's a Super Saturday happening on November 7th. How it all pans out, we're not quite sure yet, but that's okay. We just know that that date's the date set in stone, the itinerary that day's fluid, and we're going to make it happen. Then we get into November 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. And this is Sparta Nation Coach 411 in a private Facebook group. This is our behind the scenes, our sneak peek, our coach preview, whatever other name you've heard it called. This is what we call it. It's our Coach 411 because that stands for coach information. This is where people come to get information on coaching. This is where you bring potential coaches to get information on coaching. This is where live videos will be shared, stories will be shared, questions will be answered, misconceptions will be busted in this private Facebook group. And Rebecca, Jen, and Joy just did an amazing job launching this earlier. Was it just a couple weeks ago? It feels like, I don't even know what date or day it is, but Rebecca, Jen, and Joy, when you launched it, it was amazing. And we're doing it again in November. Now, the beautiful part about this particular November Coach 411 is right down here. The last week of November, we start the rebranded Sparta Nation, Sparta School. We'll get to that in a little bit. So now we know that the Coach 411 group, specifically for people you've been talking to about joining your team, is November 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. They can join anytime during that. But in your comments on Facebook, when do you think you start talking about and inviting to that group that starts November 11th? When do you think you should start talking about the Sparta Nation Coach 411 group and start inviting to it and putting people in that group? When do you think that should start happening? I know there's a delay, so I'll wait just a second. It's like Jeopardy. Put it in the comments in the Facebook group. When should you start talking about the Sparta Nation Coach 411 group that starts on Wednesday, November 11th? When should you start talking about that? Lori says now. Shannon says the week before. Susan says November 2nd. Anyone else have any thoughts? Whitney, you're on. What do you think? Morgan, you're on. What do you think? Joy, what do you think? Melissa, what do you think? What do you think you should start talking about the Sparta Nation Coach 411 group that starts November 11th? When should you start talking about that? Whitney says November 1st. So here's the deal. There's no right answer to this. When should you start talking about it? When it works for you in your business. When do you think your followers will remember, will tune in, will connect with a group that's happening on November 11th? Are your followers people that like to think ahead? Lori said that she thinks that she should start talking about it now. Lori, are your followers people that need to think way ahead and need to know that information way ahead? Maybe so. So maybe it's right for your business to start talking about this group now. Susan says November 2nd. Maybe that's what works for Susan's followers, for Susan's people, that she needs to give them, 10 or so days leeway to get into the group. There's no right answer or wrong answer. Your way isn't wrong. If it's me, I'm going to start talking about it the week before. Maybe I might even not start talking about it until Monday the 9th and just be like, oh, you interested in doing what I do? Good. Let me get you in this group right now. I find that the longer lead time there is, the harder it is just to get people in the group. Now, the benefit that if you are talking about it now and someone wants in the group now, there's content already in there from the last Coach 411 group that we ran. So they could go in right now. They could go in anytime and watch those videos from the previous one we did. On November 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, the content will be new. The information will basically be the same. Y'all, the information hasn't changed in 12 years. I started on MySpace. Now I'm on Reels. I'm still inviting people and connecting them with solutions at work. The information doesn't really change. The vehicle changes. So the videos will be new. The voices might be new. The stories might be new. The information is the same. Lori, if you start talking about the group and you've got someone who wants to get in there right now, awesome. Put them in that group and let them explore the information, the content that was posted there earlier. If you start talking about it on November 9th or 10th, because you want to stir up a real sense of urgency and you want them to be like, yeah, I want in, like, all right, girl, let's get you in right now. Because you want them to see fresh content, do that. Your way is not wrong. Your way is the way that works for you and your business. Here's the only way that is wrong: if you don't talk about it at all. If you don't talk about it and leverage this at all, yeah, that's wrong. Because the only way you get to go to Disney and the only way you grow a business is by adding coaches to your team. This is an opportunity to add coaches to your team. So I guess the only wrong way is doing nothing with it, right? Okay, because it's turnkey. It is turnkey. You've got coaches who have already come up with the structure, the template, and the videos for you. You just got to turn the key, open the door, let your people go into the group. You don't have to do all of the work, the heavy lifting. That's been done. So not leveraging the group, that would be the only wrong way. When you start talking about it, that's what works for you. Do what works for you. Then we've got Turbo Saturday, of course, on the 14th. And if you've got people in that Coach 411 group, dude, let's get them in Turbo Saturday, because then they can see what we do on Saturday mornings and how we work out. Any questions on that so far? Rebecca, if there's anything that you want to add, put that in the comments so that people can see that. as well. Moving on to November 16th, I'm calling this Finish Strong 45. Finish Strong 45 just means that there are 45 days left in 2020. So again, I'm just refreshing my verbiage. It is the same group. How many groups am I running? What am I doing? I'm running one right there, Project 100. But I am using this verbiage, Finish Strong 45, to remind people there's only 45 days left in 2020. What the heck are we doing waiting until January 1st? So it's just fresh, new verbiage, a new way of inviting people to my group on Beachbody On Demand groups, on BOD groups. Then the 19th, we lock in ranks for end of year. If you're going for New Leader Conference, if you're going for Premier, if you're going for Elite, this is the date that we're locking in ranks and holding them so that you can qualify for those events. I know we've got several that are trying to qualify for New Leader Conference. Molly's trying to qualify for Jen's already qualified. I think Stephanie's qualified. Molly's trying to qualify for New Leader Conference. Joy's trying to qualify for New Leader Conference. I know there's many that are trying to qualify for New Leader Conference. And to do that, you got to be 1-star by November 19th and you got to hold it. So November 19th, it's a big day. Yeah, we're hyper focused on November 19th and getting that locked in. And then we have Turbo Saturday again on the 21st. Notice that this calendar is a combination of team events and marketing, so that you have all the information kind of in one spot. Slay Squad call again on the 23rd. We've got Black Friday happening, of course, the Friday after Thanksgiving. And then the week of the 29th, 30th, the 30th being the last day of November, we've got a Sparta School that will start. It's a rebranded Sparta School. That is a new coach workshop, a coach basics, if you will, a foundational place where new coaches, you know, the ones that you added from the Sparta Nation Coach 411 group, that you put them in there and we teach them the foundational behaviors of how to build a business. I've got several leader coaches on board with me. We're going to be doing some live videos. It's going to be like 3 or 4 weeks, just some live videos every other day, some calls to action. Simple. I don't like complicated. I don't like videos every day. I also don't like people who have to be drug along or their hands have to be held to do this business. So finding the sweet space in there to help people understand the potential of this business, the potential in themselves, giving them the tools, and then also reminding them that they are big girls and boys, and they can pull up their big girls and boys pants and they can run a multi-million-dollar business should they choose to do so. So that's kind of the sweet space that we're looking for in the Sparta School. And that will be in a private Facebook group starting on November 30th. So think about this. Are you inviting to that too? Are you, when you're inviting people to join your team, telling them that you've got this information group, this Coach 411 group, you could also be telling them, you don't have to worry about knowing what to do as a coach. We have a training that's coming up in just 2 weeks for you. You don't have to wonder how you build this business. We have a training coming up in just 2 weeks that will help you do that. So we're going to take the guesswork out of it. It's turnkey. Turn the key, open the door, bring people into that 411 group, get their questions answered. 2 weeks later, turn the key, open the door, let them get mentored and guided on how to build a strong foundation for this business, especially going into December, January, a new year, 9-week control freak. That last week or that last day of November, then going into the first week of December, I'd like to do something that we haven't done for a long time, and that's a 9-week control freak free group where we drop the sample workout, where we do it every day, where maybe we do it live, where we talk about it, and we just use it as kind of a holding space for people that week until the next week when it launches. So I don't have the December calendar done yet, but I will go over some of those dates with you in a little bit. I'm gonna stop talking for just a moment, let the video on Facebook catch up. Does anyone have any questions whatsoever about any of this? Put them in the comments of the Facebook group. I'm going to go run and grab a water to let the video catch up, and you put your comments in the comment section of the Facebook group, and then I'll get back to them as soon as I get back from getting my water. Okay, cool. Okay, I hope we're caught up. I don't see any questions. So I'm going to keep going. All right. Stopping the share. Cool. Get rid of this. Next up. I know, it just keeps on coming. Just keeps on coming. Da, 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 da. Hang on. I got to find it. Okay, there we go. Pull that up. Share the screen. All right, here we go. Can we see this? Yes or no? Yes or no? I think I'll be able to tell. Yes, looks like you can see it. 2020 and 2021 key dates. Awesome. Okay, here we are, right here. So we are in Q4, and we know that the date to lock in our end of year rank goals is November 19th. So here's where we are, Q4. We're past October 19th. Yeah, we've done the VIP early access. We've done the customer launch. Cool. Really nothing else in October. So let's get into November, which was our heavily loaded calendar as well for team events and for corporate events. So we've got the Peppermint Mocha Shakeology launch November 2nd. And then look at this. We've got something coming up here. I'm not really sure what this is. We'll get more information about this probably next week, this November 1st through the 30th, No Excuse November. I imagine there's going to be a pretty significant sale on challenge packs. How awesome is that? Amazing. And then a Cyber Week sale, kind of, that Black Friday sale. Now let's talk about this just for a moment. You are the CEO of your business. If you want to run a Black Friday sale that follows all the rules for compliance, and you want to do something for your customers, for anyone that purchases a challenge pack on that Friday or Saturday, that whole weekend, do it, because you're the CEO of your business. You don't need me to tell you to do it. You don't need your upline coach to tell you to do it. You don't need someone else to think of it for you. You are all grown-ups. We are all grown-ups, and we've all been around Black Friday long enough to know that if we want to run something that aligns with our goals, our purposes, our vision for our business, then we can. So you've got Black Friday on the day after Thanksgiving. If you want to give away pumpkin spice Shakeology to anyone who purchases, I don't know why you do that, but if you do, to anyone who purchases a challenge pack on that day, you do it. If you want to run a 3-day refresh, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you want to open it up to the team, let's do it. Let's not wait for Carl to tell us what to do, or a trainer to tell us what to do, or me to tell you what to do. Let's come up with some ideas so we can collaboratively create momentum for the team. I'm giving you ideas with these marketing calendars, and this is the corporate calendar as well. But if you've got other ideas of stuff you want to do in your business to move it forward, do it. You don't need permission from anyone to do it. So we come back up here, December. We've got December 7th is the coach exclusive launch for 9-Week Control Freak, December 7th. So that's not even, that's less than 2 months away. Yeah, that's less than 2 months away. So could you even be talking about that a little bit now? You could, absolutely. People have no idea what 9-Week Control Freak is. So I wouldn't spend a huge amount of time on it because they don't know. But that is an amazing, can you imagine using the Coach 411 group in November to bring coaches onto your team, putting them in Sparta School the first week of December, getting them the foundational behaviors. They then can purchase 9-Week Control Freak on December 7th, and they're plugged right in to an amazing program, because we know Autumn Calabrese programs are incredible launch programs. We know that from experience. We know that 21 Day Fix, 21 Day Fix Extreme changed our business. 80 Day Obsession changed our business. Autumn knows how to launch a program And if you get behind the launch, your business will change. So do you see how everything is stacked to help you move your business forward? You've got a Coach 411 group. You've got a Smartest School. You've got a product launch on December 7th for coaches. And then on December 21st, you've got the customer launch. So, and then we've got MBF. Oh my gosh, I didn't even see that. MBF goes in the member library on December 18th. My goodness. Then we get into Q1. So 30-day breakaway goes into the BOD member library on March 22nd. That's pretty cool because that's just in time for like spring break and stuff. People can take that. Top Secret Fitness launch. I'm pretty sure that's Sean's program. I'm pretty sure that's what that is because we're going to be doing 9-week Control Freak right in here. So I'm pretty sure that the Top Secret Fitness launch is Sean's program. May 24th, 9-week Control Freak goes in BOD library. So it's like you're getting 3 launches with 9-week Control Freak. You're getting the coach launch, you're getting the customer launch, and then it drops into the member library and you're getting another launch really with people just coming in with BOD. And then a Top Secret consumable. Don't know what that is. As far as events and promotions, we've got a super weekend, January 9th, whether that will be live or virtual, who knows? We've got New Leader Conference, January 29th through the 31st. Let's hope it's live in Las Vegas. I'll tell you what, that was the last time I traveled. So if New Leader Conference is live and in person in 2021, I think I need to go. I got to go support these coaches on Sparta Nation who are there. I need to go. So we'll hope that it's live. And then Team Cup, February 1st to the 28th, and then Super Weekend. So those are our events right now. And then we get into Q2, no real events listed yet. So this is the corporate. And of course, the dates are subject to change. Again, you've got some, I'm going to post this in the team page. You've got some more fleshed out ideas around launching, taking action, taking note, putting stuff in your calendars. So what you should be doing with this and with the calendars that I've created and shared for you is sitting down, scheduling a little blue sky time where you think, sitting down and putting dates and reminders in your calendar. Y'all, we got a lot to think about right now. We can't just expect ourselves to be so on top of it all the time that we'll remember to start talking about peppermint mocha Shakeology. We need to have that in our calendar so that we know, all right, today I need to start talking about that because that launches in 2 weeks. You can't just watch this video, look at these calendars, look at this corporate calendar, go, okay, yeah, I'm going to remember all that. No, you will not. You got a lot going on. Everybody's got a lot going on. You need to take these calendars, print them off, and then sit down with your calendar, whether it's a writing calendar or an electronic calendar, and get the dates in there so you can see it. Do you have a social media planning calendar? Get one of those and start thinking about, what are my posts? Start thinking like the CEO that you are. How are you launching these products and programs? How are you talking about them? So that when you wake up in the morning and go, I don't know what to talk about. Well, yes, you do, because you got Peppermint Mocha Shakeology launching in a couple of weeks. Let me talk about that. Yes, you do, because you have a Coach 411 group that's in November. You can be inviting to that. Yes, you do, because you've got 9-week Control Freak. Yes, you do, because you know what's coming and you know what you need to be talking about. Again, Disney does not just start talking about their movie on the day that it opens. You and I both know they're talking about that movie, and you're watching that premiere for 6 months before it ever drops. It's called marketing. That's what we do. People don't know what we have unless we tell them. All right. Any questions on any of that? I'm going to stop my share on this. How we doing? We doing good? We feeling good? We feeling good? Y'all, I am like really efficient when I do it on Zoom. So, okay. Now, last but not least, let's talk about Diamonds to Disney. Also, can anyone just give me some hearts that I'm being very efficient right now? I'll wait. Just some hearts, just something in the comments that says, yes, JB, we are so proud of you for being so efficient and not being here for an hour. Thank you. Thank you. At least some people care. Some people care about me. Okay. I'm kidding. Some people care about this information. Some people care about growing a business. All right, let's talk about this. Let me move this over here. Can't really move it out of the way. I hope you can't see that. Okay. Yes, we can see this. This is Diamonds to Disney. All right, let's talk about this. We are going to Disneyland, y'all. We are going to Disneyland. And I have seen so many of you already talking about this and actually using this as an invitation opportunity, which yes, that's what it's about. That is what it's about. It is an opportunity for you to invite others to join your team. It's an opportunity for you to grow your businesses too. And when we all rise, we're going to go to Disneyland and celebrate. That's what we're going to do. So the Diamonds to Disney trip will happen in 2022 because I think the worst feeling is another cancellation. And I know I referenced this yesterday. The worst feeling is another cancellation. I don't want you to have another cancellation. I want to put this trip on the calendar and you be planning and working towards it. And we don't have to worry about canceling. Now, do I know exactly what's going to be happening in 2022? No, I do not. None of us do. We don't know what's happening tomorrow. But I feel like we can, with a little bit more confidence, plan a trip for 2022. I didn't want to plan anything in 2021 and it just get canceled again. I just don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen to you. It's too disappointing. So the trip's in 2022, but you have to qualify for it pretty early in 2021, which means the Diamonds to Disney trip actually starts now because you got to qualify for it in August of 2021. And you're like, well, that's all kinds of time. No, it is not. Okay, let me make this bigger. So, and again, I will put this in the team page. Don't even worry. So here's a deal for my coaches, my personal coaches. If you are a lifetime diamond before January 1st, 2021, you will be a 2-star diamond, creating 2 new diamonds, not getting 2 diamonds back, 2 new diamonds in order to qualify. Can we just give it up for this graphic too, by the way? Like, it's the best. Let me make this a smidge bigger. And then what's cool about that is those 2 diamonds can join us on this trip. So let's say, who's on here that's mine? Lori Heim. Lori Heim is not a diamond, but let's say she is. So let's say Lori is a diamond. That means her 2 that got her to 2-star would also qualify for this trip. So this is a real trickle down incentive. And Sparta Nation, this is the first time I've ever done it like this. I've never done it like this. It's always just been my personally sponsored coaches. And I really thought about that this year because there was always a piece of that didn't sit right with me because one of my biggest fears is being left out. I hate being left out. And I don't want anyone on this team to ever feel left out. Now, that being said, I cannot write a check for the entire team to go to Disneyland, but I can create an opportunity and a space where we can all go in a way that works for you, for your coach, for your team. So I'm taking my personally sponsored coaches who qualify. They get to take their 2 coaches who qualify. And that's the first time I've ever done that and actually included them in this and getting them park tickets. And then as you grow your business, you get extra incentives. So if you've hit elite, by that time, you're going to get upgraded. Right? If you've hit more than that, like if you've created more diamonds than 2, you're going to get upgraded. There's just all kinds of ways to level up this trip. And it starts with getting to diamond, getting to 2-star. And you can hit these qualifications anytime you want in 2021, but you've got to hold them during the specific time period in order to go, which means by this time next year, by this time in 2021, we will know who's going on the Diamonds to Disney trip. We will. So right now it's February, March 2022, where we will stay at the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa right on property. Y'all, if you've never been there, I can't even tell you. You're going to be a personally sponsored coach of anyone with the initials JB. And that's kind of where it starts. And then it trickles down to your coaches. And then let's say you're 25 levels down from me, use this incentive. This should be a giant Sparta Nation family reunion party. It should be. And you know what? If you choose not to use it, if you choose not to get on board with it, if you choose not to use this trip as like the launch of the century, I can't do anything about that. That's a lot of lost momentum, I think, for you. And that's, that is what it is. But if it was me and I was 10 levels down and I was watching this happen, I wouldn't just watch it happen. I'd be like, all right, I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to be part of this trip. Who's going with me? And I would be making it happen in a way that I could make it happen for my team. I just would. I would not let this pass me by. In 12 years of coaching, one of the lessons that I've learned is always put yourself in the place of most potential. Can you be in the front row? Be in the front row. Can you raise your hand? Raise your hand. Can you show up? Show up. Can you show up when nobody else is showing up? Do that. If you do that, you can build a business. So if I'm looking at this and you are one of my coaches personally, you're 10 levels down. I'm looking at this going, cool, it's on, let's go. How am I making this my own so that I'm a part of this? Because that's what this is. This is a team trip to Disneyland. I can't write a check for everybody, but I can create an opportunity for everybody to be there in some way, So it's an open invitation. If you're my personally sponsored coach, you've got qualifications to meet, so you go there. But here's what's also cool is your coaches get to go too. So if you are someone who's underneath Kimberly, you need to be looking at that going, okay, Kimberly, well, let's go to Disneyland. And you're helping her and she's helping you. And it's such an inclusive, magical trip. And again, it becomes a launch for our business. It becomes a launch for our team. It becomes that driving force to us to become that double superstar, top 10, 12-time elite team. And then we get to go to Disneyland to celebrate as a team. Because it's not any fun to celebrate by yourself. And I think in 2020, we've had enough of that. We've had enough of celebrations by ourselves. We've had enough of virtual celebrations. We've had enough of the on our own stuff. So in 2021, we pull together, we build and grow and rise as a team. And then we go to Disneyland and we celebrate in 2022. And we get that good Mickey Mouse ice cream bar or Rice Krispie treat or whatever it is that is your deal at Disneyland. And we go to the Grand Californian and we go to the spa. And we have a big Sparta Nation family reunion. And it's going to be amazing. So here's what you can earn. The dates are, it's August, September when you have to hold. Y'all have asked to get the exact dates for quarter 3 in 2021. I cannot seem to pull it out of corporate yet, but I will. Just know it's about mid-August to the end of September. So just in your head, think like, okay, August 15th to the end of September is when I have to hold it. So you could hit diamond or 2-star in March. That's amazing. You also have to be holding that from August to September in that 6-week time period. So by the end of September, we know who's going to Disneyland. By the end of September next year, we will know who's going to Disneyland. When does that start? It starts right now. That's why you have marketing calendars. That's why you have corporate calendars. That's why we have launches. That's why we have Sparta Coach 411. That's why we have Sparta School. That's why we have all these tools for you to leverage so that you can be in Disney. Okay, let me stop that share. All right, that was a lot of information in about 40 minutes. I'm going to put the 2 other files that aren't in there, the corporate stuff and this Diamonds to Disney trip information. Then I will also get it all out to you via email. So it's lots of different places. I really believe in more communication. The more communication, the better. So you can access it in a way that works for you. I'll also send it out on the Sparta Nation text thread. So any questions, let me know, tag me in the comments on Facebook. Again, I hope you're excited, get fired up because that trip to Disneyland starts right now. Your success with 9-Week Control Freak starts right now. Bringing people onto your team, new coaches onto your team in the Sparta Nation Coach 411 group starts right now. Getting them into Sparta School starts right now. Peppermint Mocha launch starts right now. Like all the things. There is no right time. There's just time. Make it your time. Make today your time. Be proud of what you've done so far. Be proud of how you navigated 2020 and know that there is more for you. There is more for you. There is more in you. It's a weird year. I know. And we all have our ups and downs. We all have our moments where it just feels really hard. We've had a lot of challenges within the team this year, personal challenges, lots of coaches have had personal challenges. Hold please. It's a FedEx guy at the door. How is no dog barking right now? Dude, just deliver it and go. Why is he standing at my door? I have no dogs barking right now. It's like he's just standing at my door. So I just want him to walk past and be done. Oh, please. Okay, I think he's gone. I just feel like ladies can start barking at any second right now. So 2020 has just been this really, really strange year. It has. And we've all had, my goodness, Jayma Nelson has been diagnosed, fought through, come out on the other side of cancer in 2020. We've been quarantined for like 7 months in 2020. Other people coaches on our team have personal issues. We've all experienced loss in some way. There have been deaths of family members, deaths of, close friends, school cancellation. Like this year, so much of it has been challenging, and we've had our ups and our downs, and each coach has had their moment of when they're in it and when they're not. And here's what I know. It's totally okay not to be okay. We're all going to have our moments when we're not okay. Here's what else I know. It's not okay to stay not okay. You can't get the help you need if you're not willing to raise your hand and ask for it. You can't get the results in your business if you're not willing to do the work for it. You can't get the results in your business for work you're not willing to do. You can't get help that you might need to navigate this weird year if you're not willing to ask for it. You can't move your life forward unless you're willing to move your life forward. We have a lot of incredible tools on this team, in this business, to help us do that, to help us be more than just okay, to help us be really, really great. In a year that hasn't been really, really great, we can be really, really great. And we can help others be really, really great if we choose to be. If we choose to tap into these tools, and we choose to tap into this team, and we choose to take this Disney trip and make it a freaking launch, an incentive to blow it up in the new year, we can do that. Or we can just sit around and go, I just don't know. And I guarantee you that come March or April or May or June, you'll be in the same place in your business, which means you'll be in the same place in your life. It's okay not to be okay. You just don't get to stay there. Not when you have tools and a team right here at your disposal, here for the taking, right here in the palm of your hand, ready for you. You don't get help that you don't ask for. You don't get support that you don't ask for. You don't get results that you don't do the work for. You've got to do the training to get the results. And in this business and on this team, you have it all right here. The access is it's just right here. So I'll get these files loaded up in the Facebook group. I'll get it sent out in the email. I'll send it out via text thread. You know that I'm just a message away if you have any questions, but I'm super excited about the launches, the products, going to Disneyland. Do you see what looks over my shoulder every single day when I'm standing here in my office? That's because I stay focused on where we're going and what we're doing and the momentum we're going to create as a team. So I hope you're in it with me. Let's get going. Make it a great day.